This
We
spring
are
is
going to be an anime channel soon, right?
Yo.
Okay, let me get my. All right, we'll finish this.
going to go down in history as one of the most exciting seasons of anime in a long time, or will be forgotten in the annals of time as the season of lost potential. Normally when you look at the anime coming out, you see stuff like high-profile, critically acclaimed Shonen Jump adaptation, probably going to slap,
Bro,
sequel
Mr.
to another
Anime is
highly
gonna go
beloved
crazy.
anime. Yeah, this one's going to be
Mr.
popular.
Anime is gonna go crazy.
Yet, this spring we are largely heading into the unknown. New anime originals from fresh and also decorated creators of the past, franchise reboots, spin-offs, new unproven IPs that could be a classic or die on a whimper. So screw the memes today because we've got a lot to get through. Hit that intro. Yes, it's spring 2025, and you know what that means? That's right, it's been one entire year since spring 2024. Oh,
Damn.
you already knew that? Well, how about this then? It's also
Oh
been almost
my
one
goodness.
entire year since the launch of today's
Wuthering
sponsor,
Wave
the
sponsor.
award-winning sci-fi open
Oh
world
my
action
God, a
RPG,
Wuthering Wave
Waves. That's
sponsor.
right, that big
Holy
one-year
shit.
milestone is rapidly approaching.
Holy
Wuthering
shit.
Waves,
Yo,
and to
look,
celebrate, they are launching the first
And there it is.
anniversary celebration and the
Absolutely.
version 2.3
Download
update.
Wuthering Waves
Two
now.
new
Download
5-star
Wuthering Waves
characters
now.
will be
The
joining
best
game.
gacha
Berzani,
game.
a
The best
badass
gacha
main
game ever.
DPS
Oh my
character
God,
who
Zani
uses
said on
a
my face,
giant
I was
shield that
like, I can
transforms
attest
to
to
a
it. She has a
Buster
very,
Sword.
very
Her main
good ass.
playstyle revolves around
Absolutely.
parrying, but more
Diabolical.
importantly, she's a
And there
woman
it
in a
is.
suit.
W.
And who doesn't love
W.
women in suits? And Sia Kona, a full-on idol culture-inspired
Yeah.
bard girl who even
Yeah.
uses rhythm game mechanics in her gameplay. Not to mention, there's also a bunch of new playable content to dive into as well, including the Cube, Cubic, and QB anniversary combat event.
The cubes are ugly.
And the Dreaming Deep Solaris Film Festival roguelike.
I was rage baiting, by the way, but yeah.
I'm back in. Now is the perfect time. Head to that link in the description. Back to spring anime.
クジライさん肩
ごめんごめん。
もっといろいろ気にしてくださいよ
工藤君って年上に可愛がられるタイプよねって。私
Hi,
言っ
Dad?
たの覚えてる？
I think I'm pregnant. In a move of pure disrespect, we have Kowloon Generic Romance, having the goal to put generic in its title, giving a bad name to the shit we see every season that actually deserve that title. A romance series set in Hong Kong's infamous Kowloon walled city, capturing the era of 80s and 90s golden age so perfectly. While an angel from Evangelion is just floating above them, watching their every move, don't worry about it.
So
Every single goddamn frame
it
of
is
this
what it
show oozes atmosphere, transporting you back to a time you yearn to relive again, even if you never even lived it in the first place. This series is vibes. Watching this gives you the same feeling of listening to some random city
There's
pop
no rage
playlist
bait, by the
that
way. There's no
YouTube
rage
recommended to you at 2 a.m. and getting nostalgic for an era you weren't even around
she had
for.
long
We
hair, she
finally
would
have a
just look
romance,
better.
not in high school, not with some immature kids. There's a sci-fi mystery aspect that leads me to believe there's more going on behind the scenes, and you know what? This isn't even the only anime this season with immaculate vibes. Cause what could be more immaculate than the end of humanity itself?
Yeah, she's hot. Like, she's hella fucking hot. But she would be even hotter if she had long hair. You know, it is what it is.
Damn, that got dark. Yes, it's another anime original coming from Cygames Pictures, and I think I've learned to have
my
a soft
goodness.
spot for cheerful, comfy stories set in a desolate, post-apocalyptic world, because at this point, maybe the idea of the world coming to an end is more comfy than it seems. But also, there's just something about combining upbeat stories with this air of melancholy that I can't help but gravitate towards every time, like a moth flying towards my next existential flame. If, like me, you've been looking for a show that reignites those feelings you got from watching Girls' Last Tour, give this one a go.
This is the Nintendo Store announcement. We regret to inform you that there is only one Nintendo Switch 2 left and it will be selling on a first come, first served basis. Thank you for your understanding.
We got just a handful of sequels this season, like more Windbreaker, a boy shows about boys being boys doing boy things like fighting, punching each other, forming manly brotherhoods with each other. Why are all the girls watching this? Shoshimin is continuing, Aharen along with Sentai Daishikaku. Hopefully this season can capitalize on its premise and not drag us through another 7 episodes of exams we don't care about. Fire Force is entering its final season.
Yeah,
I never
I gotta
finished
watch
the
that.
first one, but
I
every
gotta
so
watch it, I
often
gotta
I'll
watch
come
it.
across a clip
I
that
will
makes
watch
me
it.
want to pick it back up. But that's if the later seasons don't take me out of some of the insane action scenes it's capable of by shoving a boatload of Tamaki's ass in my face every time I'm just slightly immersed. And that's a big if. Oh my god, is that Sea Dog VA? Oh my god, is that Sea Dog VA? Oh my god, is that Sea Dog VA? This one just came out of nowhere. We got another remake of a classic manga from the creator of Detective Conan this time, which I'd never heard of before. But god damn if this didn't turn out to be some of the best animation on offer this season. Studio Wit continue to prove they are just the master chef with everything they touch, because this is on a whole nother level for remakes of old school anime, even with some of the great ones we've had recently. My Hero Academia is also here with a darker, grittier spin-off series that has so far impressed me as much as the mainline show. It's interesting to see a street-level perspective of the Hero Academia world, following characters who don't have flashy city-leveling powers still find a way to take down these supervillains. You got your friendly neighborhood Slider-Man, some idol
Slider-Man
to bounce, crazy stuff, and the most powerful hero of all,
Batman.
Yes, there's the guy whose only quirk is the 2 massive balls he wakes up with every morning to take on these super villains without having any powers. It's Only Man's.
Oh my god.
Did you hear about what's going on? Not really, I don't follow the news. So yeah, well, America's putting up tariffs. Yeah, on who? Canada and Mexico. Wait, I was wrong. It's every country. It's only 10% though. Minimum. But they're gonna wait 90 days. Except China's getting a special tariff. It's 104%. Wait, no, that was a lie. It's 245%. It's always nice to see a light-hearted comedy be one of the most hyped up series this season. Coming from the author of Sket Dance, we have Witch Watch. But with which watch do we watch Witch Watch with? I don't know where I'm going with this. Girl comes back from witch school and has to choose her familiar, a being that will permanently become her manslave, protecting her, serving her, listening to her every whim. If this was an isekai, we'd call this slavery in cursive, and she's chosen her childhood friend, but unfortunately for him, this is the person he's serving. Yep, she's one of those. This is the type of girl who'd stare at a bottle of orange juice because it said concentrate. But it's the chemistry between the two leads that makes these opening episodes work so well. For the 5 of you that still remember Aho Girl, this is that with more magic and less domestic violence. Lazarus. If there was one show I was excited for before the season started, this one was my pick. It's some dystopian future where all of humanity has got addicted to some miracle drug because it's easily accessible and affordable with no apparent drawbacks except for one. That's revealed by the drug's creator, Dr. Skinner, that anyone who's taken the drug will die approximately 3 years after they first take it. The world falls into chaos, panic ensues, and the Dow Jones drops to the lowest it's ever been in years.
Holy shit.
Oh, you wacky sci-fi story.
これがアメリカンジョークです。
And so a ragtag team is formed to catch him in what looks to be an old school action sci-fi. You got Shinichiro Watanabe, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, one of the most goated directors this medium has seen, and you pair him with Chad Stiletski, John Wick's Chad Stiletski, for the action choreography, with Studio Mappa bringing their best, and this should be a recipe for success. Visually, it's absolutely top dollar, the music is bebop-esque with a modern twist, the world looks so vibrant and alive with an early 2000s vibe we haven't seen for so long. On paper and with the names behind it, this is a show I really, really want to like. But I don't know, guys. Something just feels off.
Well, we're here to save the world.
What are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
We're like the Avengers or something.
Oh shit, guys, I was bloody joking. The writing is trying so hard to be cool. Really hard. Maybe a bit too hard, because it sometimes reaches awkward sounding dialogue or even Marvel level quips. It never quite reaches the natural charm and chemistry when you watch something like Cowboy Bebop. I mean, just take the main character. He's like Spike. He can do everything that Spike does, except with more backflipping. He can fight like Spike with more backflipping. He can run like Spike with more backflipping. Motherfucker graduated from the Leon Kennedy School of Necessary Backflipping.
He just flew away.
The
Like a bird that
backflip
was let
guy.
out of its cage.
Did the bird do a flip on the way out? I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt now because it's still doing so many other things right. It's early days, so we'll know soon if it'll fall flat on its face or will it fly away like a bird backflipping out of its cage. On this episode of What in the Actual Goon, an anime where a girl can loop back in time every time she takes off her underwear. Now, I'm no stranger to anime logic. I can get behind degeneracy. I can get behind wacky concepts. But you're telling me a silent classroom full of people is not going to notice a guy standing up in eye shot of everyone and walking over to the most popular girl in class only to get on his knees and play around with her underwear while she violently moans. Motherfucker, I couldn't get a coffee in class without getting a snarky comment from the teacher. Meanwhile, bro is up there putting his foot halfway up the stairway to heaven, and not a single person is pointing this out. Gigguk, it's just a dumb ecchi show. Why are you overthinking this? No, this is still a story based on rules we have to abide by. I can't suspend my disbelief to this.
I think this is the first anime I'm gonna watch off everything. Yep. Wait, what's this? Please put them on Takamine-san. Okay, we're gonna watch this.
Will never forgive me again. We may be degenerates.
We might watch this.
We may
before
watch
Fate,
shows that appeal to the lowest common denominator, but that doesn't mean we can't goon with standard. Wait, hold on. Crunchyroll actually have the uncensored version on their site? Okay, hold on a second.
Here's your bill. $4.16, pervert.
$4.16. Pervert! What do you call it, pervert?
It's written on the bill.
Oh, it's
You know
an
what?
actual
Forget
hentai?
degenerates, isekai, or fantasy
Oh, it's
fans.
an
You know
actual
who's eating
hentai.
real
Oh, okay.
good this
I'm
season?
I'm
Slice
on.
of Life fans. We got Yuru Camp, except they become fat fucks because this food looks delicious. There's Yuru Camp funded by the Yamanashi Prefecture, coming from the author of... Oh, there's some anime girl who finds an expensive hobby traveling around Japan in what I can assume is the most elaborate tax write-off for the mangaka making it. Wait a minute, this is just Abroad in Japan, adorable blue-haired anime girl edition. A ninja and an assassin under one...
I remember there was this ecchi film, right? I remember watching like the first episode or something. It was about like this dog. I can't remember the name. There was like this woman that was like... I don't know, like she was like met in love with the dog or something. Like the guy died and he became a dog. And like it was like a hella ecchi film. Is it, you know, I can't remember the name. But like basically bro died, he became a dog. And like he took a shower with the girl and like they legit like showed everything. Like legit like showed everything. And like she's like hella thick. And yeah, I watched the first episode. Oh my god.
For a deadpan ayaya comedy, this somehow has way better animation than most traditional action shows this season. You know, this spring we just
How does everyone in my chat know?
have so much to pick from, and yet even out of all these, there is one anime that I think has more potential above all others. And it isn't even technically an anime. To Be Hero X is the latest high-profile series coming from China, and holy hell did they come here to play. It's been a while since I've been so genuinely awestruck at the production values of an animated series. Okay, that's actually a lie. Since Arcane recently shattered that bar before it, but I did not think it would be so soon till I saw something that could even compete, and To Be Hero X is getting pretty damn close. We got China's version of Tiger and Bunny with a world of hyper-commercialized superheroes. Yes, as you can tell, this looks very similar to Arcane to the point where I had to double check it wasn't by the same studio. But they are just completely flexing by switching up styles on a whim, with multiple animation studios working on this, giving potential for some of the coolest animated sequences I've seen in a very long time. 3D, 2D, all of it blends together in a way that hasn't been attempted since... ever. This could be as much of a stylistic choice as it is a narrative one, and if the trailers are of any indication, there is even more switch-ups to come. This is not an anthology of stories, this feels like an anthology of animation and a celebration of everything kick-ass. No, this isn't technically an anime, but as an anime fan, nothing is getting me more pumped this season than To Be Hero X.
Damn. Oh my god, it's Bochi! Is it Bochi?
Hey yo, watching the crack? Okay guys, remember last time when I freaked out trying to convince you guys that idol anime and band anime are totally different things? Well, I think I finally realized the massive difference that makes these two genres totally unique. You see, I like this music. It feels like we've entered a new era of band anime, since there seems to be at least one great one coming out every season, and this one looks to be joining the best of them. Music aside, what could be more fun than a bunch of upty pret school or jaw summers politely speaking to each other in uppercase before shredding it on the guitar and getting really concerningly wet while doing so as a sign of their totally platonic friendship. No Hoyoverse. This was just a bloody fun show, and I don't know how they could make it any better. Oh! There's a bird! And she's flying out of the cage! Oh my god, when's she gonna do a backflip? I don't know what bloody horse Uma Musume fans sacrificed to the gacha gods, but this franchise has now somehow become one of the must-watch sports anime. For those unaware, you come in thinking of watching a cash grab of some gacha game adaptation, and then they will drop a scene like this. Cygames is one of the few companies that have used their exorbitant gacha earnings for good, with their studio pumping out the highest quality adaptations for all their IPs while also funding exciting anime originals like Apocalypse Hotel.
Okay, where is ours? Where's the Genshin anime, bruh? Where's the HSR anime? Hell nah. Hell nah, bruh. Oh, they invested it in the music festival. Alright, that's true, yeah. There's a music festival.
Congratulations, Uma Musume players. You are no longer filthy gacha gamers like the rest of us. Be proud. You have ascended to investors. Oh! New season of Mushoku Tensei coming in! Wait, hold on a second. What the hell? The beginning after the end. Now, this is a webtoon anime with a story that I've been told rivals Mushoku Tensei's, and well, the only thing coming close to an end is my hope that this is going to get a good adaptation. You know, I got a feel for the beginning after the end fans. If this is the final product they waited for, I can only imagine the first draft of the screenplay went something along the lines of...
In the beginning, yeah, in the beginning.
Cinema.
In the beginning.
Well,
Cinema.
now that Gur is graduating, there's got to be some way to get weebs into baseball, and what better way than a cute, smug anime girl who will tease you at every baseball game? I'm suddenly uninterested. I know baseball is Japan's pastime and all, but I'm more of a football guy myself. Yeah, this one wasn't great. And then we get to Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Another fantasy anime, except the main character is an older guy now. Look, at least anime is self-aware enough now to know that the audience that grew up watching Sword Art Online 12 years ago are now no longer teenagers. But do they think we're so cheap, so unchanged from our younger selves that we'd fall for the same power fantasy
she
tropes
hella
this time
fucking
they just
hot.
beefed up
Holy
the
shit, she
protagonist
hella
to be
fucking hot.
this really
Oh, she
chill
had a
and
fucking
mature
hot.
guy who's actually super modest and trying to get by in life, unaware how powerful he is, but still never overestimating himself, preaching respect and self-improvement.
Bro, that she was so
Humble and
hot, I
cocky
spit
teenagers
out my
who end up
grape, bro. I
admiring
literally
him and
spit out my
listening to
grape.
him,
It
not
was so
because he
fucking
has aura, but because he has wisdom and life experience. And fuck, I really like this one. But hey, we're not that old yet, guys. We're still hip with the kids. Hey, look, guys, chicken jockey. Keeping on theme with the amount of nostalgic shows, we got an anime that looks like it jumped right out of late 2000s visual novel adaptation. Yes, if you couldn't tell, this is Key. Yes, if you couldn't tell, this is Jun Maeda. Yes, if you couldn't tell, it's probably going to tear your heart to shreds, but the real question is, how is it going to stack up against... Birds! They got birds! But wait, where's the cage they're escaping from? Not even a single backflip? I changed my mind, guys. This is probably going to be ass.
Oh
up,
my
Gundam
lord!
GQX.
Turn A Gundam.
G-Cux?
Turn A
Gigguk?
Gundam.
Gundam?
G-Kabu.
Yeah, let's go with that. Now, this is the highest
Gigguk.
profile new Gundam series to be released in a while, and while I've seen my
Gigguk.
fair share of Gundams, my editor, who is an OG Gundam fan and far better equipped to talk about this than me, has given me his statement he would like me to read on whether you should be watching this or not, from a true Gundam fan. Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quax is a collaborative production
G-Quax.
from Sunrise and Studio Kara. The project marks the first credited work Hideaki Anno has contributed to the franchise since Char's counterattack in 1980. Oh my god! It's got girls! Cute girls! Set in an alternative Universal Century timeline, G-Quax presents a scenario in which
Holy
Char Aznavour
shit.
joins the Zeon raid on Side 7 in 007.
Okay, I'm sure nobody here in chat even knows what the hell he's talking about, right? You guys are way too young to even like... Do you guys even know what he's talking about? The attack on Char? Do you guys even know what the fight is Sazabi? What is Sazabi? What is Gundam Sazabi? Okay, what is Gundam Sazabi? You are in your 40s? Oh, that's...
29. A setting like this runs the risk of alienating new fans in the same way UC itself does, but also for the UC purists that don't like the change. They're playing the guitar together. Look at that, that's so cute. Oh god, they're adorable. I actually feel as though in diverging so heavily from the original story, it may make it easier for new fans to pick up without prior context.
Okay,
And
chat, tell me what is this? If you're a Gundam fan, you will know what. Okay, what is this?
It may make it
What
easier
system
for
is
new
this? What system is this? What system is this? What system is this?
fans to pick up without
What is this weapon system it's using right here? A chair, a big robot, Hoyoverse, El Draco, Psychomu, Firefly, Aurumatron, System 21. Chat is the Dragoon system, you butter bitches. Alright? Every single Gundam, because usually you're trying to pilot the guy from the frame, right? Dragoon system is basically he pilots like all these other NPC things to help him fight in the battle, right? You can see it from Providence Gundam from Gundam Z. You can see it from the
prior
Dragoon
context.
system.
And as
okay?
for
It's the
myself,
Dragoon
I'm
system,
thoroughly
okay?
enjoying
Dragoon is only named in Seed. Okay, you know what? It's the same photo.
G-Quacks. But I do find myself having many issues with most of the mechanical designs as they and now they're sleeping
I'm
with
a
each
woman.
other. This is peak anime right here. We've done it, guys. We've exhausted all other isekai ideas that there's only one place left it can possibly go.
Space!
Remember when I said the amount of isekai that start by death from overwork was getting a little depressing? Well, how about this? We got another overworked salaryman. Okay, nothing new to see here, but this time he has a family and he finds out his wife is cheating on him. But wait, that's not all. Turns out his daughter is not actually his real daughter. And if his wasn't bad enough already, he gets framed for embezzling money from his company. His wife tells him he's pathetic. His daughter tells him she doesn't love him, gets fired, divorced, loses custody, is forced to pay child support and the 50 million yen he got framed for embezzling, and then, after all this, he gets cancer.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. Oh man, we didn't know how good we had it when Truckun was about. What's the name of this anime? Can a boy-girl friendship
Wait, what? That's it?
survive?
That's it? That's it? Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Truckun was about. What's the
That's
name of this
fucking crazy.
anime? Can a boy-girl friendship survive?
Hell yeah, brother.
どうしよう
No.
This one's an interesting concept. On her 17th
Yeah, I'ma keep
birthday,
it a
an
buck.
apprentice witch gets told she is cursed and has a year left to live. That is, unless she is able to collect 1,000 tears of joy from people, which will not only save her life, but also grant her immortality. And so she goes on a personal journey to help strangers and bring some
God, it's
genuine
Mimi.
happiness to people's lives. Damn, isn't this nice? Isn't this a
Yippee.
feel-good series? No.
Yippee.
Small brain.
Oh,
Amateur shit. Let's break this down. You need to average at least 2.7 tears per day or you are going to die. That is multiple tears per day. Going around
Oh,
solving random
shit.
people's problems is probably the dumbest fucking thing you can do in this situation. Think, girl, think. You can mainly focus on just
Oh, y'all gotta
one
watch
person
it,
at a
Invincible,
time.
man.
Each
So good.
problem can take maybe
Even though it's
days
not anime,
or
but it's so
even
good.
more to solve, and at the end of it all, you don't even have a guaranteed success rate if the fucker doesn't want to cry. So, here's how a pro does it. Step 1. Get an apartment right next to a hospital. Extra points for a hospital that specializes in life-saving surgeries or delivering newborns. This will give you a way to passively farm that shit when you got nothing going on. Step 2. Becoming a wedding officiant. Weddings are just prime farming spots for people crying out of tears of joy, and being an officiant means you only have to commit an hour while possibly hitting up multiple
Wait, she's
weddings a
where
day.
Mexican?
Even if it's not the most emotional wedding.
Wait,
you
this
should have
entire
at least an
anime is about
80%
being- is about
success rate
where
on the
Mexican?
bride, groom, and their parents. But if that still sounds
She
like
wants
too
to
much
wear
work,
Mex.
don't worry. We have the nuclear option. Are you ready? Attend one single Taylor Swift concert and you will reach your cap in a single song with tears
Holy
to spare, I swear
shit.
to God. You will be thanking white women for the rest of the immortal life you will now
Swifties.
live.
Oh,
But
not the
no,
Swifties.
ooh, make this grandma cry. So happy. And finally, coming from the king of trashy romance anime is the Shiunji family children. From the same mind that gave us Rent-A-Girlfriend.
good?
This is an anime that's a harem romance series about a dude and his 4 stepsisters, 1 blood sister, and a younger brother. And I'm sure hearing this summary, you may laugh, you may snicker to yourself, but I am here in awe, witnessing a man of true talent. Because a project like this is one of pure dedication and determination from a person with something to prove. We can all learn something from Shuinji family. It is infinitely harder to create than to judge. But if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna do anything, what's the point of doing it if you're not going to try to be the best? even if you're the best at being the worst. If one man's trash is another man's treasure, then this man can turn a trash
What's
can
going
into
on?
a fully operational waste disposal center. Because even if you think you've reached your full potential, be that person who can dig deep and know they have more to give. Who
Yo,
can look
that
at
was
his
super
work
chat.
on Rent-A-Girlfriend
SB.
and say, no,
Incest,
we
wincest?
must go lower. Who can look at the amount of sisters in Domestic Girlfriend and say, nay, we must go higher. One sister, two sisters, how about 5 and a younger brother? Because we are not in the end game yet. There is always a higher summit to climb. So, just remember, family always comes first. Just as long as you don't come in family.
What the fuck?
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much this month to Author Curtis Eckstein, Basil, D's Nuts, Dysfunctional
cinema outro.
Flabberwocky, Jonathan,
Cinema
Mike,
outro, cinema
808, Misaka
Family
12315,
always
Payne
comes first,
Patrick,
just make sure
Pony
you don't
Stark,
come in
Shouting
Denver.
Zombie, Walter Dice
Actually,
VT, and
bro,
everyone else on my
bro is
Patreon
cooking.
helping support me for
Bro
this
is
month and
cooking
making
hella
this
fucking
video
hard.
possible. Yep,
Really,
that
really
was
good.
the spring
Oh my god,
anime
man.
season. So I hope nothing I said
Oh
today
my
ages
god.
season
The
will
thing
pop
is, right,
off. Or
I've
maybe
never really watched like garden stuff that much. And then now it's like how do I say this? Bro, a lot of you guys are like anime fans, bro. So like, so many of you guys watch like so many of these like anime videos. It's quite interesting. Bro, I don't watch this kind of anime stuff, right? I actually touch grass, bro. I actually touch grass. I don't really watch anime that much. I'm like, okay, I'm what you would call like literally like a normie. You know what I'm saying? Like I watch like Freyren, you know, I watch like, you know, Attack on Titan, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen, you know. Oh my god, My Hero Academia. Like I always watch, but I don't ever watch like these kind of like spring, summer, winter, autumn animes and all this kind of like I literally couldn't recognize a single anime there except for Fire Force. Except for Fire Force, right? But like, bro, I'm like a giga like normie when it comes to this. Not for long though. Not for long. Right, because we are about to watch our Fate series, so it's gonna be fine, right? We are literally gonna start an anime channel, guys. Our anime arc is happening very soon. Our anime arc is happening very soon, right? So the moment I think Fate will be the first. Fate will be the first, and then we'll watch a lot. We'll watch a lot, right? But probably not too much, cause you know, we'll think about it. But that was good. That was good. Mr. Anime, a second channel for anime. Okay, I probably won't put second channel, but like we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Right? We'll see how it goes.